Hey guys, how are you? I'm excited to be here. I didn't even get my computer. Let me get it. I just redid my whole craft room, so it's kind of a crazy mess in here. And so I had to get a whole new setup here and everything. So it feels much better and I have more space, but I just am kind of slow today getting ready, trying to get everything ready for today. I was just gonna start and not even share with all our friends, which would have been crazy. So yeah, so I'm going to quickly share this video. Today we're going to be working on a space-themed busy book. Hi Jennifer, we've done a busy book page before. We made a fish-themed busy book page, and actually if you click on the link in the description of this video, you will see you will see the fish-themed template and, oh, quiet me, and the space theme template. So you can see both of those. All of the supplies I've used are linked in there, except for this space fabric, which I've linked in another post, but the link is in the description of the video. So that's everything we're gonna need for today. We're making, making the busy book page. So let me get this shared. I won't share it as many places because I'm running behind. My day is going really good. Besides running around like a crazy person, I had to actually set up my lights in here today because it's like pouring rain. It has been pouring rain all day. So it's kind of crazy. So you couldn't even see. It's so dark in here. And I don't like the yellow light of my actual light. So all my neighbors probably think I'm really crazy. Like I have all these lights on me and I'm just like, hey. But yeah, maybe I am. So I don't know. Anyways, but my day's going good. My kids are back at school and I always love that. I love that time. It makes me so happy. Yeah, so that's always good. And how are you guys doing today? I'd love to hear how you're doing. Not right now. I don't want to do that. Boop, 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 boop. It's sometimes when I'm trying to do the video and share at the same time, my internet is like, no. Not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it. So I'm excited because this one's going to be super fun. I have been kind of on a space kick. So if you haven't seen the backpack, which I linked in the description of this video, you should go check it out. I made one for my son and then we took it when we went to the Kennedy Space Center and it turned out so cute. I'm really, really, really happy with how it turned out. So that was good. And I think this is my second or third week back. I was back last week for sure, but time has gone crazy, so I don't remember if I was or not. Yeah, but I'm glad to be back for sure. It's nice to be back. And then also you guys should check out, if you haven't seen it, I have a new like tutorial video kind of. It's just kind of a quick run through on a little unicorn stuffed animal that I made, and it's so cute. And I just posted it last night, so if you go to if you're already on my page, if you go to my page, you'll be able to see it. I think I'm done sharing this. Yeah, I think that's good. I think we're good, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Today I'm going to be using this beauty. This is my new Easy Press. This is the Cricut Easy Press 2, and this one, it's hard to tell without them side by side, but this one's smaller. This is the 9x9, which is nice. A nice size, and it's not as heavy and crazy as the other one, so we're going to be using that today. And then I've cut already 2 rectangles that are 10 by 20. I forgot to add a seam allowance, so my page is going to be a little smaller, but I would add a 1/2 inch seam allowance, so 10.5 by 20.5 to make the perfect 10-inch square for our page to be. So I've cut 2 strips of those, 2 rectangles of that. So I'm going to just heat up my Easy Press so we can press that. And also we're going to use some Heat and Bond. There's 2 options. If you want to sew, there's a Heat and Bond light a sewable option. So I've got that one, but there's also a Heat and Bond Ultra, so you don't have to sew any of the parts onto the page. So those are your two options. And then I've got, a big old massive pile, it's flying everywhere, of felt that we're going to use so to make all our pieces. I love working with felt, you guys. I think it's so fun. Have you guys been watching the Making It with Amy Poehler and Nick Offerman? It's so cute. I love that show. And there's a felt artist on there. He's an artist. I don't know why I did air quotes. There's a felt artist on there, and he's so good. He makes the cutest stuff out of felt. But I was like, oh, my people, I love working with felt. I love that they pick somebody who's like a felt, like solely works with felt. So I have a ton of felt, you guys. I've got so much felt. I've also got, Cricut has their own felt, which is nice. I like this because it has a ton of colors. I'm just waiting for my Easy Press to heat up, so that's why I'm kind of going through my supplies here. Cricut has a ton. These, hi Jennifer. These Cricuts have a ton of, these Cricut bundles of felt have a ton of color options, which I really like colors you don't usually see, like this deep purple. There's a fun blue in here. This is kind of a peachy salmony color. So there's lots of, they have a couple different bundles on their site. I didn't actually link to any of that, but if you want, I can give you a link to all this. I'm like, have so much felt. But I like this Cricut felt because it's different colors, which are harder to find at the store in the craft felt. Oh, it's warmed up. So I'm drowning in felt here. So the first thing, let me move you down so you can see. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out the best way so that everyone can see what we're doing. Let me make sure that works. It's kind of craziness. How's that? Can you guys see? I don't want it to tip over either. I think that's good, right? I think that'll be good. Okay. So I had two tables, and now I only have the one table because my other table is over there with my computer on it. I just wasn't really using the two tables, so I decided to move it. So I'm just going to press this. We're going to make the page really quick, and then we will make all the little pieces to go on the page. If it freezes on you, I would get out and then get back in. And the other thing I would do is go ahead and share it to your page, to your wall, so that you can come back. If it freezes too much, once it is all the way done and it has uploaded, it won't freeze. It'll be smooth. So if it's too freezy for you, you might wait till later to watch it, or just get out and get back in and see if that helps. It also could be my internet. Like I said, like, it's crazy stormy here today. It's been lightning all morning, raining like rivers. There's rivers outside. So we live in a nice high area, so it doesn't really flood too bad, but the area has flooded. So I've got my two 10x20s, and this is the Riley Blake NASA fabric. It's so cute, you guys. I am obsessed with it. My son had to have it when he saw it. We went to the the quilt store, and they had another space fabric, and he was like, no, I have to have that one. Like, I had shown him this. So I went home and I had to come home and order it because he loves this very specific one. I'll show you the other one we got with it. This is also the other Riley Blake one. It's just got the NASA. There's several others in the line, but those are the ones we had to have. So hi Vicki, hi everyone. Sorry if I missed you. So for the page, you could press some fleece in here, some like fusible fleece to give it some texture, or you can just do it as is. If you're gonna have a bunch of pages, you don't want it to be too thick. So put some batting, some fusible fleece in here, or don't. I'm not going to. And then I'm just gonna sew around. I'm gonna leave this bit right here. Let's turn it over so it's easier to see. I'm gonna leave this bit right here open so I can turn it out, and then I'm gonna start here and go all the way around 3.5 sides. Oh, hold on, my sewing machine is caught on my Easy Press plug. Oh, sorry guys. It won't be as crazy next time because I'll have this This is my first time since reorganizing my craft room. So hopefully it won't be as nuts. I'll have more of my act together next time. So I'm just gonna sew around. You could do like a rounded corner, which would be cute. Oh, nice! That'll be awesome. My son's Chromebook comes with a super heavy-duty case for school. Which is hard to get into, so I forget to plug it in every night because are you guys required? Like, is it your responsibility to plug in your kid's Chromebook? Or your family's, I guess? I say yours because I have to do it for my son since he's in the wheelchair and can't do it, but I assume most middle school parents probably just require their kid to do it. But is it your kid's responsibility to do it at home? They're not allowed to plug their Chromebook in at school. Is that normal? I don't know. I don't know if that's normal. I mean, not that I'm complaining. First world problems. They have a Chromebook at school. Right? But, yeah. Hashtag first world problems. My kid has to plug in his Chromebook. He has to charge his own Chromebook. Can you believe it? Oh, sometimes I find myself, I have to slap myself. Don't complain about that. That's ridiculous. There's nothing to complain about. Sorry, I'm jabbering. So I'm almost all the way around. My eye is like itchy. I've got allergies. My allergies have been really, really bad. So that's the other reason I'm a little bit scatterbrained is because my allergies are intense. Okay. All right, so we've just sewn all the way around. Oh, okay, well, good. I'm glad it's not just me. So I've sewn all the way around except for that one spot that I left open. I'm just gonna trim these corners a little bit. I like to do a little bit on each side, if you can see. So kind of, instead of just, some people like cut one line diagonally, diagonally, but I like to do two kind of half diagonal cuts, if that makes sense, to make that corner a little bit nicer. Just don't cut too close. This kind of gets rid of some of the bulk on that corner. Just don't cut too close to the stitching. Come on. There we go. Okay. And then just turn it out. Like so. Boop-a-doo. Probably shouldn't, don't use your scissors to do this part. So we took my son to the Jennifer, where are you that your allergies are really, really bad? What part of the country? It's been like, my whole family has just been like miserable for the past, I would say like 2 weeks, something like that. And then the pulmonologist said it's like ragweed season, which I had no idea that I was allergic to ragweed. So apparently I am. Okay, so this is what we've got. Now we've got a long piece like this. I'm not going to do it just for the sake of time, but, oh, Texas, okay. But press this down, like with your easy press or your iron or whatever you've got. Press it so this is a nice flat seam. It'll make it look so much nicer. So I would press it all the way around. And then definitely press this edge where you're raw that you've left open. So I will press that one. Make sure it's, so this should be nice and straight and flat. Go ahead and press it. This new size is nice. They also have a 6x6, I think. I want to say those are the dimensions. I want to get that one too. But how many, I mean, how many do I need? How many? All of them. I need all of them. Okay. if you were wondering how many I actually need. All of the easy presses, all the sizes. They have another one that's long and shorter too. So they have 3 new sizes, which is amazing. Okay, I'm gonna close the whole thing because, good morning, Tracy. I'm gonna hold, because I want it to look nice. And then I want you to top stitch this opening closed, which I'm also not gonna do because I wanna get started on the fun stuff. So I'll just show you the difference when you press it and when you don't. This side is pressed and this isn't. So it looks this edge looks so much nicer, doesn't it, when you press it? Sorry, if I hold it here, then it's not in the lights. That's how dark my room is. It's super dark. Here, there, you can see now in the light. Okay, so you're gonna top stitch this closed, which just means throw it through the machine again. And then we'll be ready. This is what our page, what we'll create our page on. So I'm gonna set this aside right here. Remind me that that's where that is because I will forget. I do love the easy press. Oh, Jennifer, like, I'm feeling you. I love tacos and I love a brunch, and I almost always, except for on video days, forget to have breakfast until it's like super late because I'm, you know, screwing around on my computer and stuff. But I always have to remember to eat my breakfast when I do my video because I get like, after 3 cups of coffee and no breakfast, I get pretty shaky. So I'm trying to find I have a little postcard right here that I probably put somewhere. So I made some templates for you guys that you can print out, but I'm really just going to freehand these. So here, it's hard to see, but here's the things I plan to do. This is a little spaceship with an alien. Here's Earth, the moon, the sun, a meteor, and then on the back, I'm going to do like a red moon, which will be Mars, and then my rocket. So I'm just going to, these are my ideas. So I'm not going to get to all of these, but I wanted to show you kind of like, I doodled them out, kind of give yourself, if you can draw it on here, you can draw it onto your heat and bond. So draw a few out and see what you like. I'm just going to pick, I'm going to make an Earth, a sun, and I don't know, I want to use the purple. What's purple? I don't know. So an Earth, I pulled out all this felt that I don't really need. A green and a blue for my Earth. The sun, I'll use these. And I thought I had some gray for the moon. I'll do a moon as well. I'll do those 3. And you know what? I think I'm going to make the sun super big. I am probably going to get it if I don't do it right, but I was thinking I would make the biggest planet super big so that we can stuff all of our other planets inside. But I didn't look it up and I don't remember, and my son's going to be so ashamed of me that I don't know what the biggest planet is. Do I have a gray? Is this gray? Here we go. Perfect. Okay. So here's the deal. Here's what we need. You need to decide if you want your sewable heat and bond or you're just ultra. I'm going to use ultra because I'm lazy and I don't want to sew. So this is just my ultra heat and bond. It comes in one that looks like this, but it's a different color. So this is what it looks like. But this is the light sewable. You can see right there it says sewable. And there's another one that is ultra. I think it's not yellow. I think it's blue, like a light blue. No, that's the vinyl. What color is it? I can't come up with it. Julia, I know you're watching. I can't remember what color the ultra is, but it looks just like this. So, yes. So, I'm going to iron that onto the back here. And I've already ironed it on. Maybe, is it red? I think it's red. Because see how the wording is red? I think it's red. It's red, yay! So I've already ironed it onto this green, so I can show you. I'm just going to iron on a piece. You can first, if you want to know how big to make it, just draw onto this iron-on, or you can iron it on first and then, let me get a pen, because I don't have a pen handy. Okay, I got my pen. So you can draw first and then iron it onto the felt and then cut it out, so you know how big. So for my Earth, you'll just draw your pieces. So I'm just gonna draw. Remember, we don't want them to be too huge because it's got to fit on our 10 by 10 page. So that's for my earth. So I'm just literally just drawing them on. And then I want my moon. So you can make them different sizes or similar sizes. It's up to you. I'll make a moon. My sun is going to be pretty big. Or I wanted to make it really big, right? I'll make it super big so that I can stuff all of my other pieces inside. So I'm going to make my sun like that. And then around the sun, I need a separate piece. So I'm going to do that soon. Okay, so that's all I've done is I've just, can you see them? I've drawn them on. So I'm going to iron. Now I'm going to just cut these out and iron these pieces onto a piece of felt. You don't have to cut them out all the way. You can cut them out later. And then save your little scraps of this because we'll iron it on to the other for the details. Okay. Whoop. I'm just cutting these out. So this was our moon. So we need our gray. So grab your gray felt and your little piece, and you're just going to press it on one side. This turned off, of course. It's still hot enough. It's okay. I have so much felt. I don't even have anywhere to store it all. It's kind of insane. So it doesn't take too horribly long to be, just as long as the corners aren't lifting up, you're good. So we've ironed it right on there. And remember, this is going to be reversed. So if you are worried about the size, I mean the direction, sorry. If you're worried about the direction, then make sure you mirror your image. But I mean, these planets, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so this is going to be my moon. It's probably not the perfect circle. Oh, I just did it. I did this at 300. There's probably instructions. Let's see what it says because I don't want to tell you wrong. This is an older, I don't know if they have a new with a temperature on it, but medium heat. So this thing goes up pretty high. So 300 is kind of my go-to, and it stuck on just fine. And then you can see, if you can see, it's kind of shiny. There you go. See how it's shiny? It's stuck on there. You just peel this off. And I'm actually just gonna iron it to another piece of this because I want it to be freestanding, but I want it to be thick enough to use. So I'm gonna press it again. Now I'm gonna press it onto this. And this one, it'll be a little bit longer because it's the, it has to go through the felt. So, but I love this easy press for pressing my felt because you kind of need to get a little bit more like weight into it. And this thing is, I mean, has enough weight to it, a lot more than, not a lot more, but enough more than an iron so that it's good. And so then the other thing about heat and bond is when it's hot, it's still a little bit sticky, and so you can peel it off. Don't do that. Wait till it cools a little bit so that before you move it around. So then I'm going to take, like I said, my scraps here. I just need a small scrap because I'm just going to cut a few circles for my moon. Excuse me. Put this guy aside. I guess you don't have to use the heat and bond on that. You could just do it on the details. Sorry guys, my brain is like, told you I'm a little bit crazy. You could do just a piece of felt, but I kind of like making it a little thicker for tiny hands. So you don't have to do, for just like the regular planets, you don't have to do the heat and bond, but I kind of like it. Kind of like it. Okay, so I've ironed a little piece on here, and you can see you can draw it on afterwards. I'm just going to do a few circles for my moon craters. I've drawn them on. I'm just going to cut them out. And I've done some templates in the blog post for you if you don't want to cut them by hand. but I kind of like that about these busy books, is that they're not always totally perfect. It's kind of nice. I am totally of the mind that handmade is fine, and the handmade look, I like people to know that I made it because I worked hard on it, right? So I like the handmade look. So I'm okay not having. And does the moon have perfect circular craters? No. That's kind of the point, right, of the craters, is they're not perfect. Okay, so we've got our 3 little craters. I'm going to cut this guy out here. So now I have 2 layers. This cricket felt is a little bit thinner, so that's another reason I like the 2 layers. I'm making this egg-shaped. It's not good. I can fix it. I don't know why that cut into like an egg shape somehow. I might just give my moon a trim here. It's getting worse. Okay, there we go. There's my moon. I'm gonna grab my craters. And what is that? Oh, paper's stuck onto it. Oh, it's thundering still outside. It's kind of crazy. The weather here is crazy. So I'm just gonna stick a few craters on, like so. Kind of looks like a bowling ball like that. Maybe I'll just do it like that. Try and keep this. Exactly, Tracy. That's what I say. It's not meant to be perfect. Nothing I make is perfect, so don't ever think it is, because it's not. And I have a separate pair of scissors for my felt, because I don't want to use my fabric scissors, but I also don't want to use my, here's our moon. I really like that. Okay, I think it turned out super cute. Okay, I'm done with my green. And then I'm going to make, so you're going to do almost the exact same thing for your earth. So let's see, this I had planned to be my earth, so I'm going to put it on some blue felt. My felt is falling everywhere. I'm literally drowning in felt. I'm going to just iron this on. Boop. Trying to keep it clean. Oh, and then I got to show you this other thing too I'm excited about. Don't let me forget. It's your guys' responsibility. Okay, so we've ironed that on. It's ready to go. I'm just going to cut my earth out here. So who has made a quiet book, busy book? What do you call them, first of all? And who's made them before? I've seen some so cute ones. I don't know why I'm going to peel this off. And what themes have you done? I love to hear all the different ideas that people have, because they're so creative with these books. I'm just going to iron that on to another piece. I want to have the thick, like I said, a thick kind of, and it gives it some structure, so it's not so wobbly, which is nice. Helps if you're going to use it for, eventually I'm going to make it all the planets, and I'm going to use them for my first grader who's still using, needs like counters, so I'm going to let him use the planets as counters, and I'll make some stars too, so I have enough for the higher numbers that he needs to get to. But they're old enough now that I don't need, like, it's not really to keep him busy, it's more kind of as a prop. Oh, you hand stitched it? That's amazing. I'm way too lazy for that. I'm lazy. Okay, we're getting there. So here's my earth, and I'm just doing green. You could do some brown too, but remember I already ironed that on. I'm going to, first, I'm just gonna actually trace this onto here so that I can figure out what, so I've traced the earth. Where is it? Right here, can you see? It's kind of a funky, I should have done a different color. Here, I've traced the earth so then I can easily come up with the shapes I want to make, and they still fit in to, there, is that better? So they still fit in. So I'm just gonna do some, you know, some shapes like that. So I've traced them right on. I don't know what continents these actually are, but I'm going to just cut them out and then we'll iron them on to our earth. Give this a good size. You could upload a bunch of shapes and stuff into the cutting machine and use the cutting machine, your maker or whatever you use to cut your felt for this, and that might be that's an option if you want to do a lot of these at one time rather than cutting them all by hand, but I really don't mind cutting them by hand. So this is turning out so cute. Okay. Like when I first had my son, he was maybe 2. I didn't have a blog then, and I hadn't sewn very much. I like started a busy book and it was like so overwhelming. I was like, ah! So that's what I was talking about. These are just for felt. So I only use them for felt. They're not, I don't use them on the scissors I don't use these on fabric because I don't want to. Okay, so here's what we have. So here's kind of what it will look like. This thing, stay on. Okay, let me show you and then I'm gonna iron it on. Can you kind of see how we've got all our little shapes? I'm trying to train myself to like instantly go to the trash because I usually just toss it. Oh, not the best. Then my vacuum is like, gets mad at me. Okay, one more. So I'm just gonna I'll do the moon and the earth, and then I'm gonna show you the last little thing for them. I think I'm gonna do this a little differently, like that. Okay. Okay, that would be great. I would love to see pictures. Oh, thanks, Lori. I would love to see pictures of the ones you've done. If anyone else has pictures of ones they've made, I would love to see those too. So here's the earth. Isn't it cute? I think it's so cute. So we've got our earth and our moon. I don't know if those are scaled. Don't judge me. My son will already give me enough judgment when he gets home about the size and shape of these things. So another thing, the last, let's see, something fun I have. Those are not my right scissors. Here we go. Is I also, if you look in the blog post, I have a whole collection of super cute faces. So yeah, these planners are about to get a face. So it's happening. I've been like on a give everything a face kick. I don't want to get up again and get my weeding tools, but I probably should. All right, I'm doing it. I'm usually more prepared than this, you guys. You know that. So, haha, here's the face. Isn't it cute? Okay, so this face is gonna go right, trying to decide where I want to put it, right here. I'm actually gonna knock this down because I think, just for my brain, I'm gonna do it at 270 for this iron-on, this light iron-on. Can you see what the face is gonna look like? Kind of. And then let's find another one for the moon. We'll do this one. So I just cut out a bunch of faces, but they're all on the blog post. So if you need a template for a face, you can grab one in the blog post for the Busy Book. And you could put these faces on anything. So whatever you make, if you make cookies or if you make a mailbox, you should give it a face for sure, because a mailbox with a face is adorable. So here's my moon's face, right like that. What is it looking at? There we go. Okay, let me iron these on and then I'll show you when they're finished. I'm collecting quite the collection of stuff here. Collection of things. Okay, so let's iron those on. It might be a little too hot still, but you know we got time for you guys. You guys don't have time to wait for me to do all this. So like I said, some of my other ideas were like a red one, like with some craters for Mars. If you just do a circle and then stick the right here, you have a little alien. You could do the same gray but with craters to make it like a I lost the word. A comet. That's not necessarily the word, but that's what I was thinking. Do some and add on a ring or 2 rings. Then there's a rocket you could make. You could do, those are all my ideas. I'm not gonna sit here and do them all with you because that would take a long time and it's a lot of repetition. So here's the moon and his face. Sorry, it's in the dark. Isn't he cute? He's looking over there like, what? Here's the Earth's face. Where can you see it? I might have to just do like a close-up. I know. Okay, then the last bit I want to show you is how we're going to tie it all together. So here's our moon and Earth. So to tie it all together, I'm going to make a big sun. And I don't think actually I'm going to use the heat and bond because I want it to be a pocket. So an asteroid, yes, that's the name. So I want it to be a pocket, so I'm going to pull this over. And I think I'll just do like a half sun with the things around, and then it'll be like a pocket. So let's figure out the shape of that. And I'm just eyeballing it. That's not, maybe it'll be talking to myself because you guys know me, that's kind of the thing I do. So here's our sun, and then I am going to iron on a piece onto here to make the bits of the sun. So this, it's probably not big enough. So let's go again. Trim this up a little bit so I have a straighter. I'm not showing you guys the floor, it's a mess. Okay. So I want to just make sure I have a big enough piece. I probably don't need this much, but that's 2 layers. Why is that happening? There we go. Okay. Get rid of that. Move this out of the way. Get rid of that. I'll clean it up later. Maybe. Okay. I'm just going to press this on. This is another piece of the Heat and Bond Ultra. So I'm just going to press that on. I'm done with this. Just trying to make some space so it's not so crazy up here. I'm going to need one more face, so I'll keep that face. scissors. I always do that. Okay. Press it on the other side. Okay. We're making a busy book page. The links for everything you could possibly need are in the description of the video. If you want to share this to your page, then you will be able to come back to it. And, oh, I didn't need the pencil. You can come back and watch the whole thing, because once it's done, once I'm done being live, then it'll post. Okay. So I've just kind of traced my sun that I've cut with the, so I'm going to cut that out, and then I'll iron it on to I'll show you. I'm going to iron it onto the page actually. And you might want to attach like some Velcro to actually close this little pocket up. Or not. So here's our sun. Might be a little bit, you might put it in the middle of the page because it's a little bit big. Or it might just about fit. Let's see, halfway. That's probably fine. Or you could put it in the middle. Let's see, I'm trying to think what I want to do. So here's what I've got so far. The plan is that this will be a pocket, but it kind of looks like a taco. So I kind of like that. So, you know, sometimes I cut first and think later. I think, I'm just trying to decide how I want to do this. So the goal is that it's a pocket that we put our planets in, and then you can pull them out like this. And then you can put Velcro around so you have the different planets kind of on the page with the sun. This is super cute. Okay, I think I am just gonna trim this up a touch so that it's not quite so long, so that I can fit it on the page. There, that fits better. Okay. My brain, make a decision. So I think they'll fit if we, yeah. So I'm just gonna iron this guy right onto the page, onto the bottom. And take this off. Might get a little paper rippage, that's okay. Okay, so I'm just going to iron it on right like this onto my page, and make sure you've top stitched around first so that you don't sew over this later, because that won't be good. Go back. See, I'm doing it at 270 now. It's probably, I don't know what the recommended, I don't know that they've come out with a new recommended temperature since the Easy Press on the heat and bond. They might have. They should, I hope they do, if they haven't. Okay, and then we'll put this on, and I'm just gonna sew just up a bit. Like, I'll show you. I'm just going to sew a tiny bit up, and you'll want to make sure that you're using the, actually let me, before I do that, you want to make sure you're using the light heat and bond to sew on, because this one should be with the light heat and bond. But first, let's give this sun a face, because it needs a face, if you ask me. And then we'll be about done once we sew this on. And I show you how it works. Oops. Come on. have trimmed it a little bit smaller. There we go. Okay. Give this sun a face right here. Oh, I think it's raining again. Okay. Super cute. Okay. So I'm gonna wait for the big reveal until after I sew it on so you guys can see it. So I'm just gonna sew a couple inches up each edge to make myself a pocket. And I'm going to sew along the bottom just since I'm here. Well, I should anyways because you need to sew along the bottom, not because I'm here. Sew along the bottom. I forgot to press this other edge of my sun on. Oops. I really like felt too because it's really super forgiving. So it's great if this is like one of your first projects and you aren't super comfortable with sewing. Then felt is really good. So, and then make sure you backstitch on the end here so that it doesn't come off. So let's look at it. Trim our threads up, and you can make it so that it's super perfect, but I didn't, but I should. So here's our pocket for our planets. This is so cute. Here's our sun. Mr. Sun. Sun. I'm not going to sing. Mr. Golden Sun. Here's our Earth and our moon. And like I said, if you just sew it or even glue a touch of Velcro right here and then glue some around here, they can do it. Or you could just use it as a counter, as counters like I plan to do, and you can make stars, comets, asteroids, rocket ships, aliens, astronauts. There's so many things you could do. You could just print out like clip art and then cut it out on the felt, or print it onto a piece of paper and trace it onto the heat and bond, however you want to do it. I'm super loving this. I'm gonna, I just want to pin spaces so that I can hold it up so you guys can see how cute it is. I'm just gonna pin this together like so. Pin the Earth. You guys can see how cute it is. Tracy, the faces are so cute. I told you I'm in like a total face obsession thing. I'm just gonna come towards the light so you guys can see. There we go. Isn't it so cute? I think it turned out adorable. So there's so many you can do that would be super fun for counters or even just space, learning the planets. Yeah, isn't it cute? I am like totally obsessed. So there's a link in the description for some of these templates for the faces you can find in the description. You can find the tutorial on making a baby book. You can make a bunch of these pages. If you make a bunch of pages, then I'm just going to like kind of show you what you would do. You'll just lay them out flat like this, all the pages together. I mean, you won't want to do too many together, but lay them out flat and then just sew a line right here down the middle. Like you could press the line into it and then sew a line. I would go over a couple times, 2 or 3 times, to put all the pages together, and then you can close the book up. If you're gonna do a bunch of pages, don't put this stuff on until after you've sewn or at least planned out the pages, because if you can imagine, when you put a bunch of layers, then when you fold them, it won't necessarily be in the right order. So like if you put another page here on top, then this wouldn't be with this. So you would want to, it would be in a different page. Does that make sense? Sorry if I'm not making sense, but plan out your pages. Like you could also go through and just like number them with a piece of paper, like pin a piece of paper to them based on the page number. So like put them all down, then flip it open. This is page 1 and 2. This is page 3 and 4. That way you can plan it out better where you want to put everything. The nice thing about felt is it's super easy and forgiving to put on. Here's our little, it's a sun, but it also looks like a taco. Like you could just make this and stuff like toppings into it and it would look like a taco. I mean, so it's multi-purpose. Felt is so fun. You can just do so many things. I think that's it, guys. If you have questions, let me know. They didn't have this Easy Press 2 on Amazon yet, so I didn't put a link to that. I put a link to the regular Easy Press, but they're the same. And I think they have the Easy Press on sale. It's cheaper on Amazon right now because the Easy Press 2 is coming out. So anyways, I love it and I use it for so many things. But you guys share this video so you can find it later, so your friends can find it, so they can find me and I can be friends with them too. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.